Hello and welcome to World Civilizations 107 for your very intense cram course you're about to have. Some of you have in the past took my classes online and you know what to expect, but many of you don't. I realize that what you're going to be looking at is a lot of work, and it's a cram course, so I go through this every semester where I have students become really overwhelmed that the work that I'm giving each week is what it is. And what I have to say to you is that a cram course, the way that the school wants this set up is that we actually give you the work that you would normally do in a semester in a month, essentially a month. Now, having said that, I have been able to keep my professional integrity and standards, and also I think create a formula that's realistic for you as students. I teach 3 online classes right now. I work 10 to 11-hour days at a child education center, and I'm a single dad. And I will always repeat that to say that I understand the busyness that many of you face and the workloads that you're taking on. So my class is a tremendous workload for you, and I have my own workload, and I'm also going to be expected to grade your work in a timely manner and correspond with you in a timely manner as well. So I just want to make that clear, but I want you to be excited about this, and I want to explain something. Many people drop, and the ones that stay with me always tell me at the end, I mean many times, maybe not everybody, but they say, hey, I'm really glad I stuck with your class and I learned a lot on top of it, because what I do is I have a formula. Already what you're seeing in this first week is essentially how each week is going to look like for the most part, and you will have to read a lot. You're going to have to write a lot, maybe compared to other classes, but you're not expected to memorize a lot. Only one of the exams will require a certain type of memorization, but not, for the most part, if you do keep up with the work, even if you do poorly on the 2 exams that I give in this, and I'm including the final, you should still be able to come out with a good grade. And I think that if you're keeping up the work, you'll see that my exams won't be that bad. So what it is that you're just expected to be engaged with a lot of material. So here's what I expect. When my notes, I mean, when I do the voice lectures on the Screen-O-Matic, and sometimes I'll incorporate videos of outside documentary pieces to be incorporated in. When I say write 1, 2, 3 points on my lecture, so just for example, I give a voice lecture, and you write down 2 things that you've learned in there that are substantial. So let's just say, first video, you write, Martin Luther was a Catholic theologian. Okay, Catholic theologian. What I would really prefer, though, is more like to say he was a Catholic theologian who became disturbed by what he perceived to be corruption in the church. 1 point. Second point, something along that line. And they don't even necessarily have to be that long. What I don't want to have is just like a comment saying Martin Luther was German, period. That's not what I'm looking. I want it to be a little more substantial than that, but it doesn't have to be much longer than that or much more substantial. It's really just to prove that you're actually watching and listening to the lectures and the documentaries, and that you're engaged with the material. And so for the posts, what you're doing online, the discussions, unless you say something flat out wrong or disrespectful to other students, you won't hear much from me. I'm going to observe. I'll see what you have to say, and most of the time students are engaged quite wonderfully with each other. Wonderfully, I mean, you know, nice, and they're sticking to the topics. And I look at this and I go, great, full points. You do video notes, full points. So each week you're just getting points, okay? So you'll be fine. And so if you're running a little bit late, it's better to call me, okay? And then one last thing I want to say. No plagiarism. I'm tired of it. And I keep saying it, and I keep catching people. And I will catch some more people. Plagiarism is when you take something, cut and paste off the internet, put it onto an essay, and claim it as yours with no reference to it. Plagiarism, done. I'm giving you an F on that, okay? And I may have you removed from the class. Do not do that, please. That's all I'm asking. If you're behind and you need help, you contact me. I'm accessible. That's all, okay? And so, again, I want to just say, though, I also want you to be excited about this, because you're going to learn about the world. You're going to learn about some important things. And Americans are known for not knowing about the world, even though that we relatively run it in the sense of having the largest military presence in world history of really any other nation. I don't think that's really debatable. Now, the nature of it, the quality of it, whether it's good or bad, these are things that a lot of people have different opinions about, from patriots to pacifists to outsiders and blah, 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 blah. You know, and all of your thoughts for this are fine. I'm never going to give you a grade based on if your ideas are similar to mine. The issue is, are you engaged with this class, and are you looking over the material and following the instructions? And then we're good to go. Okay? And so I want to be accessible. Please call me all the time. I prefer actually text and phone calls just because of the amount of students I have. Just leave me your name and the class you're in, and I'll get to you quicker. Tuesdays and through Thursdays will be my hardest days to get a hold of me. The best days will be Mondays and Fridays, and I'll still be accessible Saturday and Sunday. And you can still try to get a hold of me these other days, just I'm more busy those days. Okay, so I'm looking forward to having you all, and here we go.